to Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. Let me give you a little show synopsis just in case you really are new or maybe you don't know what's going on. So far this week, I have been level headed, cool, and smart. Dave has tried to be the reactionary, what's the word I'm looking for? He's tried to be profound,
uh,
but he usually steps on his nuts.
bombastic.
And then he comes back the next day going, I really shouldn't have said that.
Oh, I don't.
So
I'm not doing that today. I stand by everything I said yesterday.
yeah,
I was
okay.
just off base. I know it was just one of the days I was just off base.
Well, you've been off
I
base
went
for
too
a while,
far. No, not at
your
all.
whole life.
No,
Yeah,
no.
this is
I mean,
this
that's
is this is where
no,
Dave gets his groove back, and we're trying to
no.
reset
I
your
don't need my
compass
groove
here. We're
reset.
trying to work on you. We're trying to get you
No,
to the point where you
no.
can stand on your own. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
This whole idea
You
of how you come in all brash and bold, and you're like, "Oh, I think that sucks," and then you're like, "Well, maybe not." We got to get you over that waffling. You know,
No, I don't. I'm big on no. It's not waffling.
it's
I
waffling.
do things. I say things. I do like a lot of stream of just kind of stream of consciousness
Ooh,
uh,
big word.
verbiage. I just throw words out.
Yeah.
I start talking about things. It's like it's my initial instinct. Sometimes it's right, and sometimes it's wrong, and sometimes it's just misplaced. I
Okay.
don't even think necessarily what I had said earlier this week was wrong. It was just misplaced because you were talking about just doing something, essentially doing something nice for somebody, and I kind of crapped all over it.
Yeah, you did,
And
didn't you?
it did,
Yeah.
and I was again, I was looking at what I saw as a bigger issue, and I was kind of, I didn't need to do that. It was kind of douchey and kind of, I think, off putting. So, but I'm glad it ran. I'm glad we did it anyway because you want to. That's what I like. One of the things I like about doing this
Yeah.
is we don't have to worry about necessarily saying the wrong thing or because it's all it's kind of all in the moment. So when you do it that way, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to kind of get over your skis a little bit. And
All
that's
right.
just one
So
of those things that happen.
let's rewind. Let's start over
Go
again.
ahead.
I'm the stalwart of intelligence and clear thought. Dave is kind of douchey and um yeah. So there you
Sure,
go.
sure. We'll go with that.
Let's go with that.
Let's pretend that's accurate. But okay. I'm going to
Uh
pay you a compliment in this first
oh,
story, by the way.
really?
I'm paying you yes. I'm going to make a connection. It's not going to seem like that at first.
Oh, so
When
it's
I
a
do the
backhanded
story,
compliment.
no, it's
Okay.
not backhanded at
Oh.
all.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right.
but you're connected
Well,
in
here.
kind of a tangential way to this.
That
Another nice
tangential.
big word,
Spell that
tangential.
one for
I'm
me.
not even 100% sure I used that correctly,
Can you spell it for me?
but tangential, I believe, would be TANGENTIAL. But I could be wrong on that.
All right, I'll look
You
it
would
up and
call
see how
that
you did.
waffling. That's me trying to figure out
Because you're
whether or
not a
not I
very
use
good
that in the
speller.
right context. Oh,
TANGEN.
dude, my Scrabble record would say otherwise, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, Scrabble.
Unless I'm going against my big brother Tom, who I've only beaten twice in my life.
TANGENTIAL. Tangential. Okay,
So
there you
I
go.
think that's exactly how I spelled it.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
you're welcome.
Yeah, whatever. All right,
We'll
go.
have to go over that. Okay, let's do it. NPR is leaving Twitter. The company announced on Wednesday it will stop sharing its content on the social media platform. The company is claiming its categorization as state affiliated media and later government funded media called its credibility into question. A couple of things. I don't think it really matters one way or the other. I mean, people who
No,
follow NPR and get their information from NPR don't care what Elon puts on it.
no.
I don't think Elon should have done this because I think if you're going to do that to NPR, okay, you got to do that to virtually every media organization, or
Yep.
you got to put some sort of little flag on it. And it's just, to me, you don't need to do that. It's kind of an overcorrection and probably a little bit of trolling on his part. He has the right to do it, just like Jack Dorsey had the right to run Twitter. I mean, when you own the company, you have these rights. It's just not good to do it. But at the end of the day, when it every media entity's credibility has been called into question. It just has. That's just where we are. And that's why I'm a big proponent of following independent journalists. You can
There you
still
go.
get good information from these entities, but independent journalists, you get people like Alex Berenson, Mark Halprin, even Megyn Kelly was at Fox News. Alex Berenson was at the New York Times. They left to do their own thing. They didn't like the way the media direction was heading. Just like you made a similar decision. Hey, I don't like the way the radio business is going. I'm going to go do my own thing. And it takes balls to do this. And that doesn't mean that these particular journalists are always going to be right. But I tend to trust them more because they're on their own.
Yeah.
They're not under some corporate umbrella that's telling them you got to do dot, 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 dot. It's whatever you're getting, you can pretty much trust it's coming from what they truly believe. Like with you, I know that whatever you say when we're doing this back and forth, it's what you really believe. You're not hiding behind anything. It's just this is where I stand on this. And you had the balls to start your own thing and do your own thing. And I think people like you and people like these particular journalists are the ones that kind of, again, whether you agree or disagree, you can believe that they believe what they're saying and what they're talking about and what they're doing. And I think that's something that I think that's the direction that media in general is heading. And I think that is a positive, is definitely a positive in the way of how we get our information and how it gets disseminated.
Wow. Let's hug.
See, now I'm okay. Let's not see. I know you started this podcast by trashing me, so
No, I'm
and
offering
here
to give
I
you a
go,
hug.
and I turn into that.
Let's
And
hug.
I go Jesus on you. I turn
Let's
the other
hug.
cheek, and I lift you up in praise.
Come here.
There you go.
Come here. Let's hug. Come on. Get in.
No.
Get in here. Bring it in.
Back off.
Come on. Bring it in.
Moving on.
If I cup your cheek, don't think it.
You know what?
Hmm?
Well, you run the company, so I would have to file. I'd have to
You
complain.
wouldn't have to
I guess
file
to
anything.
you.
It's just saying. Let's hug. Get in here. Bring it in.
I don't like. No, it's not happening.
Give you a little kiss on the cheek
Not
too.
happening. No, okay, stop. Okay, now you're the guy that doesn't want me in your hot tub, and now you want to.
A little kiss on the cheek's different than your butt
male
juice in my
affection?
hot
Sorry.
tub.
Okay,
There's a big
again,
difference there.
I would be wearing a suit. I would be wearing a suit.
Okay, water floats and it goes in and
Okay,
out of
whatever.
crevices.
All
So,
right,
no,
my crevices are clean.
no.
Anyway,
They're disgusting and hairy, and there's probably dingleberries and there's all kinds of stuff we don't want in there.
No, not at all. I am very, very clean.
No.
Anyway, the Pentagon recently failed its 5th audit. The budget for the Pentagon, by the way, larger than China, India, Russia, United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, Germany, France, South Korea, 8 countries combined.
Wow.
$1 trillion a year. Now, here's the thing. They've only been audited 5 times. They failed the audit every single time. Every time. The Pentagon recently told the IRS they couldn't account for 60% of their assets. So 60% of $1 trillion, we have no idea where it went, whose pockets were lined, what was done to who, where. I mean, I'm of the belief probably a lot of the stuff we don't know about is probably what they used to call, or maybe still call, black ops.
Yep.
Where we don't know, and you got to grease palms here, and you got to do this thing here, and you got to rig this. I mean, your mind just goes.
Not rig
your
this
mind
election.
just goes. You don't know. No, I'm not talking about domestically. I'm talking
No.
about overseas stuff that you do when you're in. Again, I think. And this really all came out because Jon Stewart was interviewing the second most powerful person at the Pentagon, and she was saying, like, well, just because we're being audited doesn't mean there's necessarily anything nefarious going on, or
I want you to go back.
Mismanagement or what?
I want you to go back, and I want you to think about what Harry Truman said. All the pomp and circumstance was focused around John Kennedy coming into office, and everybody was all excited and yada, yada, yada. And Harry Truman made that speech, and he pointed it out way back then. He said that the military-industrial complex is a threat.
Yeah,
And
actually, it was Eisenhower. It wasn't Truman.
oh, was
But
it
yeah, your
Eisenhower?
point's right. Yeah, it was Eisenhower. Who? That's an even bigger deal because the
Yeah, I
guy
get.
basically
Yeah,
won.
you're
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
he was the general.
I got my
When
faces mixed up.
yeah, they look similar.
They do.
They look similar.
But
Uh,
you got to think.
yeah.
You got to think that
Mhm.
he warned us back then
Yes.
that this crap was coming down the pipe,
Mhm.
and here we are in 2023, minus
Yeah.
60%. So
Right. And
dude.
where's it going? And
Yep.
again, we're all over the place, and somebody's got something to account for. But you know what? No one's going to have to.
Nope.
Nobody's going to be called to account for any of this.
Nope.
And it's gross. Finally, what else is going on? Dozens of Michigan State students walked out of class on Wednesday. Students demanding action on gun safety. It's been 2 months now since a mass shooting. It killed 3 students on campus back on February 13th. I respect students exercising the freedom of speech, doing what they feel they need to do to shine light on an issue. Here's the thing you got to understand if you're a student, though. University doesn't give a shit if you're in class. They don't care if you show up. They don't care if you walk out. They care if you pay your tuition bill. That's it. You want to really make a statement, you drop out. You get a group said, we're not coming back to, I'm not saying they should do this. I'm not even saying their position is correct. I'm just saying, if you're going to do this and you really want to make noise, this is the problem with most people who want to be activists. They don't want to take any of the slings and arrows. They don't want to sacrifice anything to do their activism. They just want to, you want to put up a little Ukraine flag on Twitter, or you want to do a walk, you want to take a day off of class, something that doesn't really impact you. You really want to do it, and you're really committed to this. Commit. Do it. Get out of the university. Do it. And that, you get enough of you doing that, you could make some changes. But university is not going to do anything because they don't care, again, unless you are not paying your tuition.
Finally.
In which case, you're not going to be there anyway.
Finally, some curmudgeon-y. I was just waiting for it.
How was that curmudgeon-y at all? That was just reality. And it's not young people. Most adults, when it comes, because you got a lot of people who are like.
How was that curmudgeon-y was your question, right?
That wasn't curmudgeon-y at all. I'm just saying,
students,
you got to really sacrifice.
Thank you for your protest, but you're all idiots. You're doing it the wrong way.
I didn't say you were idiots. I said I respect them exercising their free speech rights. I think that's fine. I think though that again, the university itself doesn't care that you walked out.
Okay,
they don't care.
Right.
They may even say, "Oh, this is something that needs to be addressed," and they'll say, but they're not going to do anything because it doesn't impact the bottom line. That's just the reality. Sports. Cubs lose. They fall to Seattle 5-4. Tigers lose again. Big surprise. Toronto knocks them off 4-3.
That sucked. We watched that last night. I hated that.
Yeah. What do you? I mean, first of all, you got it's early season baseball.
I know.
None of these. I mean, they matter, but they don't. I mean, there's no such thing as a big series in April. If they get swept, no. And again, Tigers aren't good this year. They're not going to be good all year because they're not a very good baseball team right now.
I'm just saying the way it goes is that I'm sitting there and out of the bathroom, I hear, "Can we watch the Tigers tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I turn it on, and it's always a kick in the ass. And it's like, oh, God, do we have to watch this?
That's why
and that relief pitcher that imploded last night. My God. It was like watching somebody die with a plastic bag over their head while they suffocate. Watching him on the mound. It was terrible.
See, I've said this to sports fans. I'm this way. The only sports fan to be as an adult is a fair weather fan. If your team is sucking, you ignore them. Once they start winning and providing you with entertainment, because it's all a diversion. It's not real. It's all a diversion.
The team doesn't care if you're not watching.
Exactly.
The team doesn't.
They don't. No, they don't.
Right.
So just wait till they're good and start watching them again.
Okay.
That's all there is to it.
All right. It's $400 today in Glassworks.
Glassworks.
We could be talking about Chong's bongs. You never know.
Yeah, we.
The day he was indicted for those, he was in Muskegon and he was coming to do my radio show. Tommy Chong.
Yeah, you've talked about that before. It's fun. It's yeah.
Times. All right,
Oh, Tommy.
Glassworks 400. Roger Bacon is thought to have designed this type of single convex lens used to produce an enlarged image.
Telephoto?
Telephoto.
Lens?
That is incorrect, sir. It's
What
a
is
magnifying glass.
Magnifying. Okay.
Yes.
I
20
should have
eh.
probably known that one.
And I'll tell you what you
Oh,
can
well.
do. I want you to go home this afternoon and burn some ants in your driveway. That'll be a lot of fun, won't it?
I think Max is even past that stage.
Oh, no, you'll have fun. Trust me.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
I don't want to torture insects. What the hell?
Oh,
what
yes,
are
you
trying
do.
to
Come on. You want to torture
I need to
something.
torture those things.
All right, then we'll watch scrambled channels on your cable TV. Fun.
That's better.
All right.
See ya!
Happy Thursday, everyone. Our summer-like weather pattern will continue right into Saturday, so let's look at your forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health. So like I said, 70s will continue into Saturday, with Friday probably being the warmest day out of the next few, until storms arrive Saturday evening, which will cool us down into next week, with highs unfortunately stuck in the 30s and mostly the 40s. So the reason why we're so warm is because we have a ridge parked over the United States, especially in the Great Lakes region, which is pumping all this warmth in our area. However, once that trough out west in Washington and Idaho eventually moves in, that will unfortunately end our warm period by Sunday. But in the meantime, enjoy the very warm temperatures, with temperatures mostly in the low to mid 70s across Muskegon County, warmer as you get away from the lake, and at the lake temperatures will maybe get up to 60. So for your Thursday, expect a high of 72 with mostly sunny skies, so another gorgeous day out there. Overnight will cool down to 48 with mostly clear skies sticking around. And like I said, storms will be possible, if not likely, for Saturday evening. This will be the cold front, and that will cool us down going into Sunday. And we're not expecting any severe weather with this as of now, mainly just some thunderstorms. And you can see that in our 7-day forecast with storms arriving Saturday evening, and that will cool us down going into Sunday and Monday, maybe even seeing a mix of rain and snow Saturday night through Monday night with a high of 39 on Monday. But thankfully, we'll warm right back up after that with a high of 59 on Wednesday. But in the meantime, enjoy the 70s that will continue through Saturday. And that's your Thursday forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel. And I'm Coleman's Weather, and enjoy the nice weather out there.